being able to speak to an audience as to what we've done in South Wales Police, and sort of wider than that really in Southern Wales, was of interest to me, partly to let people know what we've done, but also partly just to get some feedback and hear what else is going on out there. So that was my primary sort of motivation in coming here today.
Well, I think this is absolutely fantastic opportunity to get back out there. You know, we've all been sitting behind screens for 18 months. We've all been to countless webinars and video conferencing and all that kind of thing. You miss the networking and you miss the opportunity to engage with people outside of their presentations and understand more about what they do. So I think it's a great opportunity to do that.
For us, it's a great chance to connect with some really key people within Blue Light who are absolutely intrinsic to what we do as a business. And to be honest with you, it's great to meet them in a very relaxed, informal environment where we can chat about ways we can mutually help each other, I suppose.
I really wanted to be able to share with our other Blue Light colleagues what we're doing around patient centricity, how we're able to capture patient information from on scene, what that really means for the patient journey. We often work side by side with our Blue Light colleagues, and this is for us to be able to say and show what we're doing and why we do it.
The opportunity to meet some of my counterparts, you know, not just in policing but across all of the Blue Light services, really important, especially, you know, on the basis of we are coming out of COVID. You know, we haven't been doing this kind of networking really, either with, you know, vendors and partners or with our own kind of communities.
It's really taking the opportunity to highlight the work of the National Association of Police Fleet Managers, engage with some very senior individuals so they've got an understanding of where we're going with National Fleet at the moment and some of the challenges we're dealing with.
Interest in Blue Light. We do quite a lot of work with healthcare at the moment. Haven't really done a lot within the Blue Light industry, so very keen to understand a bit more about the industry.
So we looked at the delegate lists and we looked at the people that were also coming from the industry and thought this is something that we need to be involved in.
I think seeing the attendee list, calibre of attendees, the relevance to our business, those are the key factors really.
And quite often some of these events tend to be dominated by police, but what's really good to see here today is that there's an equal amount of people from fire and rescue and from the variety of health agencies out there as well, and I think that's a really good mix.
You know, within an hour of walking into the venue, you're networking and having great conversations with people that you don't get access to through the normal channels. You know, you can interact with them on a social level, but also that enables the conversations to flow in terms of you know, the key commercial things that are outstanding for both businesses.
I think it's been really great for networking. I've been able to speak with colleagues from some of the other Blue Light services and also within the NHS. So it's really meant that I was able to kind of get a different perspective from where we had to see ourselves as an emergency service within the context of the wider system.
I was really looking to reconnect with some of my other forces and with other Blue Light operators, because we're all trying to recover from COVID, we're all trying to deliver good public service, and we do that by sharing information, sharing knowledge and learning from others.
And actually just on the table I was sat at, Chief Fire Officer from Jersey, just understanding that there's things that they need at the moment that we're doing and we can support as well. So some really useful contacts with people that have come up to understand more about what I'm dealing with and how that relates to their world.
It's been a while since we've all been together in one place, sharing ideas, seeing people talk about really good ideas, networking. I think that's something we've really missed, and we need more of it. I've heard of the Oscar Crane events before, they're highly regarded, and I was really pleased to come along and present.
Great evening last night, met some really interesting people, and had some good meetings today and looking forward to some more this afternoon.
It's meeting people that I would not have got to meet in the normal course of my duties, just because it's difficult to get to those people. And we're meeting people from the lines of business who have direct involvement in choosing technologies which support their line of business and help them. So it's been really significant that we've met those people.
To be honest, the most value is actually listening to what's driving the agenda of the Blue Light services, what their requirements are, what their needs are, and then hopefully how our solutions can meet their requirements.
There's nothing that quite beats getting together, having a conversation over a drink, over a bite to eat.
Yeah, I mean, we've done a few of these now and we've always found them beneficial, and I think you know, if you know exactly where you want to target your business and where you want to grow and to meet key people within a particular sector, then I think it's a really great way to connect with people and to meet people.
We are in a system that is forever changing. So to keep up with that, you've got to learn, you've got to adapt, and you've got to understand how other people are adapting and see how you can take that work and put it into your own context. You can only get that if you get time and space to, you know, think outside of the box and engage with people you don't normally engage with and get those brain neurons firing.
I think it's really important after a sustained period of all communication being via network or video, to actually have conversations with people, sit down, have a coffee. A couple of PCCs I've met here today, really interested in some of the issues, and just that crossover of communication and understanding. It's critical, absolutely critical.
It's been brilliant. I think it's really important. I think, you know, we've got to wind the clock back to, you know, pre-March 2020 and, you know, get back to these events. It's been lovely to talk to people. People have been very warm and very friendly, and I think they're all appreciating the fact that this organisation has brought this event to them, and it's just been brilliant fun.
It's been great to be here and spend time with potential customers who are also excited to be out and enjoying the event.
So I think these kind of things, you know, put you in a place where you can network with people, you can pick up those ideas. I've already made some connections today that I'm going to, you know, take further. So we've really missed that. Really missed that.
Hearing people who have been through a journey and are sharing that practical journey and being very honest about the mistakes and the lessons learned, you know, because that helps us all fall into the same holes. So for me, that's kind of invaluable, really.
I think the one-to-one meetings have delivered more than we expected, to be honest. So that's been really good. People have been very engaged. So, yeah, very successful for us.
To be able to do something nationally across agency, I mean, that's the holy grail, and that's where we would like to get to. So to have events like this where we're being brought together to discuss these things openly so we can learn from each other, I mean, that's what it's all about. That's where it needs to be at, yeah.
This is an event which we should attend, one as an information gathering exercise, but also for us to project what we're doing around digital transformation.
The important part is the right people being here, the people with influence, the people with understanding of the subject areas as well. I think this kind of event is absolutely crucial.
I think the one-to-one meetings, definitely, and the information provided about the people we're meeting with as well.
We need to get out there, we need to get back out there and start building our networks again, now that we're in a place that we can actually meet face to face with people.
And I think, you know, the more we do this, the better. I think, you know, it's time's a precious thing, it's a precious commodity, and I think, but you know, this is time well used.
It's really paramount. I think it's a nice thing to do. You know, it's just to get out of the office. It's good not just from a working perspective, but I think from your own kind of well-being perspective, it's really healthy to do. So really important at the moment.
The number of speakers that have commented on the first time they've been, you know, in front of an audience for 18 months was notable, and I think that generally the audience has been very glad to be back in contact. So yeah, I think it's really important actually.
You're never going to have the time in your diary to always attend all of the events, you know, but I think once in a while I would really recommend to people to take the time out, you know, to disengage from the office, speak to people out there in the industry, you know, whether they're vendor partners or whether they're counterparts in other blue light services. I just think it's really useful.
I think that this is probably the 4th or 5th event like this we've done with Oscar Crane, so yeah, probably very much recommend it.
It's been a great event and very valuable. We've made some great new contacts and hopefully we'll be on to the next one as well.
Genuinely would say this is the best event we've been to.